Jessica! Jessica's working on the car. She's already took this all apart. We took the power steering, the alternator off. Looks like we got a little oil leak down there. We need to figure out what's going on with all that. But anyway, we're going to put everything back together because we couldn't get the pulley off. I had to take it somewhere to get it pressed off, but we had to take the whole bracket for the alternator and everything off together, which Jessica did most of the work. Now we're just going to pull the power steering pump off. So Jessica, if you want to get a wrench that fits those three, and we're going to go ahead and pull that. We also, the car's never had an air conditioning belt. This is a dual pulley system on this 88 Lincoln Town car. And I just replaced, actually Jessica and I just replaced the air conditioning pulley belt. We can't put the other belt on because it's a 2-belt system on this car. This one's actually the alternator and fan belt. You can open up them, yeah. Open up the new ones I bought. So I got a new set of wrenches because we didn't have the proper size wrenches. I'm probably going to have to buy a pulley tool later because I don't have any of my tools here. You're going to have to cut that, Jess. Probably just use that right there and cut. See that cutter on that? On that? Yeah. Stick that all the way through to the cutters and just cut that. Just put it all the way through there. All the way through to the cutter and just snap it. There you go. She got it. Look at all that grease all over, like she's been crawling in the car or something. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, like I said, we can't put the other pulley on, or the belt on, until we get the pulley here cleaned up and put back on the power steering, because the power steering pump was completely locked up. It's no wonder when they drove it before they were having serious problems with the steering and couldn't get it to turn right because it was totally locked up. And that's what happened to the belts getting ripped off. Yes, take that one, and that one off. That's the reason they got, no, you're going to go the other way. This is taking it off. It's right tight, left loose. Okay? So, yeah, they burnt the other belt off because the power steering was locked up. The pulley would not even turn it off freely. So we went ahead and go ahead and put them bolts back in after you take that bracket off so you don't lose them, so we know where they go. So put them right back into where you're taking them off. Yeah, put it somewhere you can get a little grip on it, because that one's in there still tight. We didn't get that one loosened up. Let me hold it with, Let me hold it with my foot here. And you go ahead and, there you go. You got it. You got it. Look at that. Jessica said she wanted to learn how to fix older cars, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Are you embarrassed of the camera?
I'm not good in front of the camera.
Why? You just work on it like you were working on it when we were working earlier. You just take it apart. And what we're going to do here is, once we get that off, we couldn't get that off without the pulley off, so I had to get somebody with a press to pull it off because it's pressed on there. So we're going to keep that part. That's going to lay it out. Yeah, we'll put the screws back in that part. And then we're going to now put the bracket back on so we can get the alternator and stuff back on, because now that we had the pulley off, we couldn't get the 3 bolts out because the pulley was in the way. So now that we got that all done, they did not have the power steering pump at the car places we went, so I ordered one. It's not going to be back till Friday, so I'm sure Jessica will put that back on Friday. Or Wednesday, I mean, sorry. Wednesday, you're right. I said Wednesday. I'm lying to the people, that's right. Lying to the people like politicians. But anyway. So, Renee didn't like the idea that I kind of used her kitchen rag as a grease rag, but we don't have any grease rags, do we, Jess? So we had to steal some of your mom's kitchen utilities. Yes, she was kind of upset about that, but life goes on. Anyway, so we'll get back to you in just a minute. Yeah. So now we're putting the bracket, the alternator bracket back on. And I'm letting Jessica do most of the work because she wanted to learn how to do it. So, she is now putting the alternator bracket back on the engine. She doesn't mind getting greasy and dirty, because when you work on a car, that's how it works. Use the ratchet on that one, remember? It'll be easier. Well, that's nice. She lost that wrench. That one right there. That one right there worked. Right there. You might have to take that piece off, but the extension. Pull that off of there and take the extension out. Just pull it. It's kind of tight so it doesn't fall off, because that's actually a good tool set. That's too big, isn't it? Or not? Nope. It's good. Now switch it. You're loosening it. Yep. Nope. Switch it. Now.
It was over there. No, you're down. Or no, I go back like that.
Yeah. Just tighten it snug. Okay. And then go ahead and put your two nuts back on the bottom pieces. All the same size, so they'll probably work on all of them. You may have to do that one if you can't get it on. You might have to do that one with a regular wrench. You might have to tighten that up with a wrench. And all you gotta do is look at the size of your ratchet, which should be a 9/16, right?
Yep.
And get a 9/16 wrench, and then you use the round end on it. It's easier to it's easier to get it on the head of it.
Yeah.
You might have dropped that 9/16 down here. Remember the one you dropped inside? It's inside. You're gonna have to put your hands. See, it fell down in there. It's hung up with. Actually, you can put your hand right up that hole underneath there. There's a hole.
Yeah.
No, not.
I got it.
You got it?
Should I turn it?
Can you get it out?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and use the round end, because it's easier to stick it over it, and then remember, take it off and then put it back on. And it's not a ratchet, so you gotta keep taking it, but it's easier to keep the round end on the nut.
This part might take a while. Commercial break.
Do what?
So this part might take a while to commercial break.
Okay, commercial break you want? All right.